really excited about AI. Now, that may sound like a really generic answer, but we're excited about AI because it is impacting how companies spend money. If you look at some Morgan Stanley research, there's data that suggests that AI is actually taking about 1/3 of software budgets. And so the AI spend at enterprises is quite high. And we think that's likely to continue and persist, if not accelerate. Now, what may be more contrarian is understanding who the winners of AI in the long term will be. And if you think about typical innovation cycles, the winners in the early stages may not be the long-term winners in the public market. And if you think about historic innovation cycles like the internet, cloud computing, mobile computing, all of those, the inning 1 and 2 winners weren't necessarily the winners in the long term. And if you think about where we are in the innovation cycle with AI, we're really only 2 years into ChatGPT being released to the public. And so we're in the very early stages of this, meaning that as a late-stage private investor, we need to be very thoughtful around who are the early winners who may not persist, and who are the early winners who may see their way to the public markets. When it comes to 2025 and potential areas of overexcitement, maybe as a contrarian, we believe that defense tech may be an industry that has seen a little bit too much hype. Why is that? There's no question that the new administration will continue to and perhaps accelerate the spend on defense tech. And there's also no question that legacy defense tech providers don't necessarily have the innovation that the federal government is looking for. And so that should create a really robust environment for new startup activity and therefore late-stage private company activity. What we believe may be more holding back that part of the industry is the fact that you have to be cognizant of that there's really only one customer for those businesses, and that's the federal government. And the federal government is a pretty shrewd buyer. And that may have implications to what the long-term margin and long-term profitability of these new defense tech companies are. And so when you think about applying a cost-plus model to hard tech defense companies, that may have implications to where the long-term EBITDA and long-term net income margin of these private late-stage defense tech companies are. And so while we believe that the industry is a really interesting one and that the sector has a lot of growth potential, we also believe you have to go into the industry with a lens of valuation that doesn't look like a software business.